Hey y'all, it's the Nene J, and y'all stay tuned to see how I got this cute ass quick weave. Okay y'all, so this hairstyle in particular, I wanted to try something different. I wanted it something quick, and I just decided to go to the beauty supply and just kind of walk around and see what they had. So I couldn't decide between doing a straight bob or doing like something curly or whatever. So my inspiration for this style was the one and only SZA. After I saw that movie with her and Keke Palmer, One of Them Days, it just been having me in the SZA and Keke Palmer vibe, and I was like, you know what, I want something big. I want something nice and curly. It's still not too hot outside, and I feel like I can handle a little hair on my neck. So what I'm doing here is I decided to do some smaller cornrows across the front. So I thought I did a middle part, but once I finished the whole front, it was not like completely centered. But pretty much you're gonna do those size braids all the way across like this. Yes. And then you're gonna go ahead and finish this side. So this is what it looks like when I'm done. Okay. And then the back, I didn't really too much care about how the back looked. It was just grabbing hair, braiding it. It wasn't nothing too fancy. So then I bobby pinned the ends. Make sure the ends are tucked away, so when it's time to take this off, everything is sealed and protected. And this is how it looks. Yes. Okay, so these are all the products and tools that I use. Here's the hair. Y'all, when I tell you this hair is called Pearlish, it's so nice, it's so soft. Like, I don't have no complaints. The only thing that scared me was working with this closure, y'all. This is my first time doing a closure with a quick weave. Back in the day, I used to do a leave out or whatever. So we're gonna attempt this. I watched a couple of videos, y'all. I know I still didn't do all the steps correctly, but y'all be patient with me. I didn't even do the cap right, but here we go. So I decided to do the Got To Be spray first. Make sure that it's covered most of the braids, even in the center. I know some people leave the center out wherever they're going to cut the cap, but I did it all over. And then this right here, I'm going to put just on the parts where I will be laying the track. So I won't put it on the space where I'm going to have the closure. And I measured out the closure where I wanted it, and I put it around that area. And this is how it looks, and this is my thread that I'll be using to sew my closure down with. I'm also going to put a little bit of powder on the lace. Okay, here's the process here. Y'all, this wasn't that hard. The only thing was me trying to keep it centered and taut. Like, I didn't want it to be moving around, and unfortunately it did kind of go to one side more than the other, but that's okay. I made it work. And I'm just sewing all the way around the base of the closure to make sure it stays secure. And I pulled in the opposite direction as I sewed it so that it was tight. And I'm just going to tie the knots and seal it off, and then I'm going to cut the remainder of the string off. So now let's get into these bundles. I believe the longest length was an 18 inch. This is the inch that I started out with first. I'm going to measure out the back, and from what I was seeing in most videos is that they place the tracks curved up, not straight across. So I'm going to try my best to make sure that these tracks are curved up, so that when it falls in a way that covers the tracks and there's no tracks exposed, pretty much. Y'all, I'm telling you, I had a lot of fun doing this hairstyle. Like, it wasn't it wasn't too bad. Like, my arms burned a little bit, but I think I would do this again. Like, I'm not opposed to doing it again. Now, had it been a sew-in, I don't know. I don't think it would have been as quick, you know. It just wouldn't have been as quick. So I love a good quick weave. It's been a minute since I've done one. And then too, this one was really easy. There wasn't a whole lot of cutting, you know, with that. If I had gone with the straight bob, then I would have had to try to cut and, you know, make sure everything was even. And that, I feel like, would have been a little bit more frustrating. So I'm glad I went with this style. And so the hair, everything is going to be linked in the description. Also, I'm going to put this in my storefront, my Amazon storefront. So if you want to purchase it from there, that is fine. It's actually cheaper on the Amazon storefront. In the store, for me, it was $160, $159.99. So you'll get it cheaper. And I'm sure, you know, if you have Amazon Prime, you'll get free shipping. So you're going to check that out. That's there. And I think for sure, like, I will be able to reuse this hair. I don't want to throw it away. I wish I could actually have made this into a wig so that I could have, you know, just like kept it and washed it. But overall, the hair felt really soft. It did have like a slight smell to it. And unfortunately, y'all, I didn't have time to wash this hair, but it's all good. So here, as you can see, there's a slight curve in the track. I'm still laying them. The tracks are sticking pretty well. Somebody told me that if I use the Got To Be, it actually makes the track stick more. And another thing that you can do is, as you're laying the tracks, if you want to spray a little bit of Got To Be along the tracks and then dry with the blow dryer, that's another way to kind of seal off, to make sure the tracks stay in place. Okay, and we coming along. It's looking good. Curls look good. Like, I just love this hair. I love the curl texture. And to me, I mean, that was pretty affordable. Like, I didn't have to spend an arm and a leg on these bundles. It came with 3 bundles and that closure. And that was pretty good. And I feel like I have maybe like a medium density with this hair. And I had maybe a little bit, I don't know how much of the 18-inch. I had a little bit of the 18-inch left over, and then a little bit of the 14-inch left over. And so it wasn't bad. I actually went back in. I could have actually placed them in between tracks to maybe add a little bit more volume, but I think the density that I got was just fine. But y'all, I be sitting here, I be playing my music or whatever, like, and then y'all got like a special like playlist that y'all like to listen to, like, while you do your hair. Because I have my specific playlist that I listen to. I got my real chill one, and then I have my real turned up playlist. And then of course, as new music come out, or just in general, like my older playlist, sometimes I'll forget about a song and then I'll hear it and I'll just add it to my playlist. But I love a good vibe. Just as long as I got some music playing or like a show or something, I can get through my hairstyles pretty quick. But if y'all have not heard of Earth Gang, if you have not heard of Mahalia, y'all check them out. And there's so many more artists out there that are not mainstream that have really, really good music. If you're not a person that loves like the new age music, I personally, it's only a couple that I listen to, but I love going back to my old playlist, or the playlist that I have that is like nobody's playing this music on the radio. I love stuff like that. But y'all, in the process of me doing this, I think I did really good. It's looking really, really good. It's soft. It's still like one of those things where I did kind of get nervous. This is a 16-inch. The bundles were pretty full to me. And then here you can see where I'm just kind of measuring out the rest of the remainder that's left over, and I'm still curving them slightly towards the top. Okay, and then right here is where I'm going to go in and spray a little bit more Got To Be, just to make sure that stocking cap is still covered and protected, so it's protecting my hair under. I couldn't remember. It felt like it wasn't enough there, which is why I went ahead and did that. Okay, and then y'all, we right here, we at the end, y'all. It's only probably like 2 or 3 more tracks I gotta lay, and then we finna get to this closure, girl. I'm nervous, girl. That closure, y'all, had me sweating. I was so nervous because I'm just like, I can tell by looking at it, it is not the same. Well, I knew it was 2 different textures, but I just knew that it was gonna be curly at least. It's more like a wave. So I'm like, oh God, what am I gonna do with this? It just looks so shabby, don't it? Just look at it. It just, what is going on, child? So I put a little water on it, a little foam on it to kind of slick it. I did my middle part, and right here I'm just cutting the lace from the front. I don't think I laid this closure down right, y'all. So don't judge me. I'm learning. I am learning. I like the closure better than the frontals. My hairline, I've stated in multiple videos, like, I just do not have the hairline for a frontal, and I don't think I want to go through the headache of trying to put glue and all of that stuff on there. I'm cool with just this, what is it, like a 4x6, y'all? I don't know. I'm cool with just this closure. So what I did, I sprayed the Got To Be, and then I'm gonna tie this band on, and we're gonna see if it's gonna stick with just the Got To Be, not the Got To Be, Lord, yeah, the Got To Be spray. And then it started to frizz up, so I sprayed a little water. So once I put some water on it, it did okay. I just don't know why it come out the pack looking the way it do. Okay, so we're gonna shape up a little bit of the stringy ends just to kind of round it off. And this part is pretty easy. Like, it wasn't, like, I'm literally not doing anything fancy. I'm just pulling the hair that's just straggly. And then let's see how this look. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Oh, and you see that it came with the baby hairs already, so that's what the little strings are. So I put a little foam on it to kind of, you know, add a little control to the front to see if I could maybe work it where it could cover the remaining of the lace. And the foam actually wasn't bad. Like, I would rather use foam than the glue. And it's easier to clean. Like, I can just wash my hairline if I need to with a wet paper towel, and then just reapply foam. I just feel like this isn't gonna leave any buildup, and I just want to be able to reuse this stuff if I can, or however, you know, just this won't be my go-to though. If I do a closure, it gotta come with baby hairs now, because I'm not cutting no baby hairs. I ain't that fancy. I'm not fancy like that, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a little bit more foam, and then we gonna kind of do like a finger wave look. I couldn't, like, I'm really not a baby hair on my forehead type of girl, so I don't think I'm gonna keep it this way. But just in the meantime, I'm just trying to cover this lace up so that it's, you know, it don't look too bad. So we're gonna tie it on here one more time just to make sure that it stays in place. And y'all want to get under a hooded dryer to dry this. I feel like it sets better. That's the only thing. Or you could do a handheld dryer, it doesn't matter. But this thing right here come in clutch. I see why y'all girls use it now. Like, I would personally, I used to use my scarf just to tie, but these little bands are helpful. And okay, so y'all, I found a couple more little strands that were sticking out, and we're gonna keep shaping. Okay, I didn't want to cut too much either because I wanted the wild look. I don't want it to be too clean, but I didn't want it to look stringy. So here it was just like kind of like layers already, but I kind of like the heavy look. Like, I don't want it to be too layered, or I didn't want it to look see-through. So I just figured, let me just try to get as close as I can to it not looking like, I don't know, like see-through on the ends. Okay, and I almost got it where I want it, but I will be honest, I'm still not completely happy with the hair. Let me straighten up this part, child, because it was not in the middle, but I'm trying my best to make it work. I just figured, you know, I'm gonna just keep playing with it until it gets to where I want it. So I'm gonna set under the dryer to make sure that the closure is set with the foam. And this is how it looks in the back. Not bad. It's just very flat. It doesn't really have a lot of personality. Okay, y'all, this is the next day. My review on the hair is like, it's pretty good hair. As far as shedding, I don't think there was a lot of shedding. It was just from where I was cutting and I was finding like random pieces that were coming out. So the issue that I've been having is more so like the closure on this side. Once it dries, because it's kind of wet right now, once it dries, it starts to look frizzy and almost straight. So what I think I'm gonna do is some mousse and just maybe do something with like a medium hold. But once I did it, I was like, this ain't gonna turn out right. And last night, as you can see in the previous part of the video, I didn't have like short pieces cut. So I did cut like a couple of short pieces. I'm gonna have to like wet and scrunch this again because, yeah, I put the flat iron on it. I was like trying to curl it in the front, but it looks just fine when it's in the curly state like this side. So I'm gonna wet this side later, but I was going, once it started like giving me the shape, I was like, oh, I want something kind of like a SZA, like give me SZA, and I think this did it. So I like it now. So these are the end results. I did cut a little bit more from here. It was a little longer, but I did cut a tad bit more. There are some pieces that keep getting my eye, but yeah, this I love. I think I'm gonna keep messing with the top. So I wish it was a little bit fuller. Like one side, I think it was this side, was a tad bit thinner as far as density than this side. So I went back in and added like one track up here because I think I cut too much, so I had to fill it in. So it did okay, but it's not as full as this side. But yeah, just wanted to show y'all. I know y'all probably can't see it on this black shirt, but this is the end result. And yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all think. And I am on my way to work. I actually got 10 minutes, so see y'all later. Rhythm is a dancer. I need a companion. Girl, I guess that must be you. Body like the summer, touch it like no other. Don't you tell them what we do. Hi everyone, so I am back to add this part to the video because I know I said before that I was happy with my hair in the previous part of the video. Y'all, I came in to the salon, and I used this TikTok shop curling rod, and it's the Wavy Talk actually. It's Wavy Talk, and I added these curls like here and here. For some reason, the closure, even though I think it's a different hair type, but it's supposed to be curly too, it's just not matching the bottom. So I'm just thinking like, how can I make the top? It was just looking crazy to me. It was too straight, and even with it being flat here, it just didn't look right to me. So in order to add volume, which I love volume, I just came in with this and I added a couple of curls. So I'm gonna show y'all how I did it. Let me find a piece real quick. So let's say we'll do this piece right here. It's looking a little crazy. So let's say I get this piece, right? And we're gonna straighten it, and it wasn't even like real neat work. I was just grabbing here at one point. So you're gonna get this, you're gonna wrap it maybe about midway of the hair shaft, and you don't even have to hold it long, and you just let it go. And look at that, look at that. Okay, now I love it, because I literally said I was only gonna wear this a week because I was not feeling it. I didn't want it to look like a hood helmet on my head, and that's what it was looking like. But it started, and I was going for the SZA look, and this is exactly what it's giving, SZA. So I love it. And get you one of those if your clothes are not acting right and you have a tighter curl or a pattern like this. Try using a small curling iron, or what do you call it, the OMG, what is it called, a wand, a curling wand. That's what it is, a curling wand. And just go in, like I'm gonna do this little piece right here, and I'm only, since this one is longer, I'm only gonna do about midways. So about like right at the bottom of the hair. We only gonna do this part, and y'all, this thing get hot, so be careful. Only here, and then we're gonna let it go. It didn't even, oh, it turned off. So I curled it on, I don't know if you can see, on 360. And I like the bangs. I'm glad I cut the bangs. But I'm gonna do this little section right here. But it's crazy, like yesterday this was my favorite side of it, because for some reason this was thinner. So I mentioned I added an extra track, and I'm loving this side, the way it's curled. Like, y'all, this is so freaking cute. Oh my god. Okay, so, and it don't take no time to warm up. So 360. Okay, so we're gonna get our strand here, and we're gonna wrap it not even halfway this time. We're gonna go a little lower than half, and we're gonna tap it there, and see how I give you like a springy curl. And see, I didn't do the end because I don't want to take away from the little curl on the end. But boom, I'm still working on my lace. I'm gonna go in later. So what I did was, because as you can see, my hairline comes all the way down, so I just cut it back here. But later on, I'm gonna put a little bit of the got to be spray, and then I'll go in with my foundation and kind of color in and blend that in. But overall, the experience, third time was the charm. Like, I'm so glad that I kept trying. I'm so glad I had the proper tools to even get this look. So yeah, I just love it so much. I'm a bang girl. I love a good bang. The only thing that I may do is for the back, is shape up the back a little bit more. I may shape up the back. See, I don't like this whole like wow look right here. I don't know. It's just, I mean, it may be okay. It may just be me. It may be a me thing. But you see this little piece right here? I don't like it. So I may shape it up, or it may just need a little water on it before I cut it. I'm gonna try that. But yeah. So this is the look. I know y'all can't see it with the black shirt on. But yeah. So I just wanted to follow up with y'all and let y'all see how beautiful this quick weave is looking. And I can pat myself on the back and say that I ate on this one. I shared it here. I'm putting all the links in the description, even the Wavy Talk curling one, so you can get your own and try it out and see what you think. But yeah, so I will see y'all in the next video. Toodles. Okay, this is day 2 of my quick weave look. And y'all, okay, first of all, I really love it. And I will just be like, I went from only wearing this, wanting to wear it a week, till I don't want to take it off. And this is like perfect. It fits my face better now. It doesn't look as shabby anymore. It's just giving, like, it's really giving SZA. Like, I was going for the SZA look. Now, what I will say is, if I could have it my way, I would have dyed my hair like darker, because it has almost like a burgundy brown look to it, which I don't mind, but it just, to me, it just looked crazy when the sun is shining on it. But yeah, I'm loving it. But yeah, I just wanted to do a follow-up. I'm gonna do another video inside so you can see the full effect. But so far, I mean, it's a little work. I have to curl it every morning because I am gonna sleep. I need to sleep and get some proper rest. So that's the only thing. But other than that, I ain't got no complaints no more. I don't have any complaints. So, you know, if you want the hair, baby, go back in the previous part of the video and look at the hair type that I use. This is probably what I'll be using from now on. I know I said I won't be ever doing a closure anymore, but this is the one.